It's almost Christmas. I can't believe it. Christmas Eve is a week from today. How exciting. Gabriel Hernandez, thanks for becoming a member. We're getting very close. I'm going to try and have a couple of streams next week. There obviously won't be one on Christmas Eve, but I'm planning to have one Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm also working on a lot of end-of-year content. We'll see what's up, but we'll have a couple of them. And then, of course, on the 27th, we're going to do the watch-along party for Wonder Woman. It's going to be so much fun. Hey, food is my friend. Oh, that's funny. I like your avatar picture, too. That looks delicious. I want to be friends with that egg. But yeah, we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a really awesome time. So I'm so excited to have all of you here. News is starting to, go down. I've been working today on filming before the sunset all my Disney investor coverage, finishing up the Disney investor coverage. So I'm going to work on editing that after this stream, and also my Wonder Woman spoiler review. I'm sorry, and also the snowstorm kind of like hurt my schedule this morning. So very, very, very crazy end of year shenanigans, but it's awesome. So I apologize, everybody. Hey, Rodrigo Gaxiola, that's a cool name. But I'm sorry about yesterday's stream, but there was a troll on it, and it just created a situation where I couldn't have that footage be up. So I apologize. Hey, FamZK, but I have to tell you, I was really moved. Hey, Patrick Robbie. I was really moved at how many of you asked about the streams. That made me feel really nice. I thought that was really sweet of you that so many of you enjoy the streams. Pastor Madeline, I don't have time to edit it and re-upload it. It's just, I don't want to call attention to it, but, I do owe you an explanation, so that's why. But I learned a valuable lesson about trolls. It's a troll trick I never saw before, but now I is ready. All right, so it's 4:20. We'll go for 20 minutes. We'll go till 4:40. You can ask me anything you would like. As I like to say, I don't necessarily have to answer it, but you can try. Let's see here. Mika says, Peacemaker begins shooting in January. Thoughts? Well, I wonder what it's like on set, because I know James Gunn is super angry about what happened with Warner Brothers moving Suicide Squad to HBO Max. I even heard he left early that day from the set of pre-production for Peacemaker. He was like, you know what? I'm going home. That's what I heard. So he's pretty angry. So I hope they can fix that. Logan says, is Kathleen Kennedy still on her way out at Star Wars? As I said in my Star Wars breakdown for the Disney Investor Day presentation, I don't know. I mean, when I reported, people love to misreport what I say. It's very weird. People would rather, some people would rather read about what I reported from a third party rather than go to my actual report, which is how a lot of this happens. And, a lot of my haters, unfortunately, will be the ones who are being the third party, so they twist a lot of what I say. I said that Disney wanted to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, very much so, but could not because no one would take her spot. There are only a handful of people who are good at, have the qualifications to handle a division like that, and they wanted J.J. Abrams, but he didn't want to do it. I think because not only did he want to do it to Kathleen Kennedy, but also he'd had a lot of problems with Star Wars himself. Hey, Drake. So he actually, of course, ultimately had a deal at Warner Brothers that went into place for $500 million, for a huge amount of money, a very big deal. So that's what happened there. So Kathleen Kennedy kind of like there was no one who could replace her. I think Jon Favreau is in a very good position to take over, but I don't know if Jon Favreau wants to do that. He's a director. It's difficult to get a director to take on an executive position. Same for Dave Filoni. So let's see what happens. I think that Kathleen Kennedy, and also I think Star Wars, thanks to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, is really turning around. I'll be curious to see how people react to Patty Jenkins directing Rogue One after they see Wonder Woman, because I think Wonder Woman's going to be a surprise for a lot of people, and I think that people just have to kind of readjust their expectations, and then they'll love it as much as I do. But I do feel I would be like, Patty, you got to put more action in Rogue Squadron. Dancing Dog 60 says, why didn't Disney Investor Day feature Avatar 2? That's a great question. Hey, Arturo Baltazar. I guess because they're not really maybe sure which division it goes under. They certainly had enough to talk about. Is it a Disney movie? It's not really a Fox movie, is it still? I think they're in a difficult position there. I mean, the movie's in the can. Maybe it's taking a long time with VFX. Ari says, do you think that Wanda could be eventually sacrificed Dark Phoenix style? Do I think she could be temporarily taken off the board? Sure, but they're not going to get rid of the character. She's just too popular. But I mean, she'll have been like the main focus or one of the central elements in 3 properties at that point. She'll have WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange 2. I think, everyone maybe will probably want a little bit of a break from Wanda at that point. I'm sure some of you are like, never! But, you haven't had the 3 things yet. So don't worry about it. I think there will probably be some ramifications, but I don't think they'll take her off the board permanently. Alexander Valentine says, what's next for Harley Quinn? Well, Harley Quinn season 3, the writer's room is currently meeting. They're putting it all together. I think that's so exciting. And they're getting ready. Hey, Canwar, thanks for joining. They're getting ready to get that show off the ground. Of course, coronavirus is slowing things down a little bit. And then Harley Quinn is going to show up in the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn movie. I think that's all they have planned for the character right now. I think they want to see how she's received in the Suicide Squad movie and see what people think of the James Gunn version of the character. They got to be careful. There's like too many different versions of Harley Quinn. There's the David Ayer version, there's the Birds of Prey version, and now there's the James Gunn version. I think, you got to have consistency. And that's a little bit of a problem for Wonder Woman too, not having consistency. It's tough. Hey, Francis, that's what happens when you're a director-driven studio. It's a little bit difficult. Caroline Hills, that's a nice name. Celestial says, Grace, how are you celebrating holidays with your family? Well, there are not a lot of people in New York City right now, in the evenings particularly. Hey, Christian Rennie. So in the evenings, I have to be by myself at my apartment, which is a little tough, but a lot of you are going through that right now. We all got to just get through this coronavirus Christmas together. So that's fine. I have a nice tree as I put on Instagram. I have lots of good food I have delivered to me so I can do holiday stuff and feel very festive. I have all my little decorations out. Last night I took out my Christmas dishes, which made a big difference. I'm trying to watch Christmas movies at night. And so, it's feeling festive. But I see I usually would see my family much more during the holidays, but unfortunately, especially because we can't really go anywhere either, I'm just not doing that much with them, unfortunately. But, everybody, I think staying safe is important. Madeline, I did see that Peyton Reed is directing tomorrow's episode of The Mandalorian. I thought he did an okay job with the last one. I thought it had some good action. So I'm very curious to see what happens. Let's see here. Patrick O'Donnell says, what happens if Wonder Woman 1984 flops? Well, I got to tell you, this is the perfect time to take such a big risk with a movie because you can just blame it on the pandemic, to be honest with you. I mean, let's see what its box office looks like. It just has to match Tenet, to be honest with you. And so that's not too high a bar. That did about somewhere mid to low 300s, right, worldwide. And let's see what the HBO Max subs look like. But I think it's in a good spot. John, that's very sweet of you to ask for my autograph. I'm not quite sure how you would get it. I don't know if there is a way for you to get it. That's very sweet of you to want it, though. Let's see here. Well, you guys, it's going very fast there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Thoughts? I saw something about Lizzie McGuire. Where was that? Where did it go? Damn it. All right, I'll just answer this question. Steven says, Squeaky Wheel, do you think Disney will ever do a Phoenix storyline? Not just dark, but even the good Phoenix. I don't know. I think it's been so played out at this point. I don't really know if they can anymore. I think that Wanda is probably Kevin Feige's version of that story, to be honest with you. I'm very curious to see what he does with his X-Men, which ones he introduces first. I don't kind of want to see the original. Hey, Mark Levi. I don't want to see the original school again, to be honest with you. I'm tired of that. I've already done it twice. Just like, Spider-Man didn't do an origin story this time, I would love it if they would just dive right into the X-Men exist in another multiverse, and so they can just come in fully formed. That would make me very happy. Oh, here it is. Carlos Munoz says, thoughts on Lizzie McGuire? I hope Hilary Duff's happy. She negotiated herself out of a career. I know she was like, but Lizzie McGuire has to have one-night stands to feel authentic. And you're like, does she? Did anyone who watched Lizzie McGuire feel that was a strong component of the show? I think that she should have just gotten Lizzie McGuire off the ground, quite frankly. And I think that It's just nuts to me that she died on that hill. So, oh well, they even were filming part of it. I think it's ridiculous. I can't believe that she would not back off on that. I don't think anybody wanted to see Lizzie McGuire sex scenes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how everybody felt about it. I haven't watched Flight Attendant yet, but I do agree that they seem like they had way too much to wrap up in a single episode. Hey, David James. Only one more episode debuted today, right? It wasn't 2? It was just episode 8? Is that true? Let me check on my phone. I do like that show, although I'm watching Big Bang Theory, and it's a lot of Kaley Cuoco. Hold on. Flight Attendant, new episode. Yep, just one, and it's only 47 minutes. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm excited. Let's see here. Jerome is working his way through Frasier again. I gotta tell you, it's really great. I didn't think LaMattia said Big Bang Theory is really good. I didn't think that I would be able to rewatch Big Bang Theory. When they paid so much money for it for HBO Max, I was like, that's stupid. You guys spent too much money on it. And then I started to watch it, and I was like, this is delightful. You know, I haven't been able to ask my dad if he's excited for Wonder Woman 1984. That's how little I've been talking to my parents this year because of coronavirus. I don't know. And also my dad's very busy with his work as well. So I think he's not even focused on it, really. I don't know if my family is going to watch any of those movies on Christmas Day because they're both so sad. We'll see what they pick, if they pick Soul or Wonder Woman. I'm very curious myself to see what they pick. I won't be there because I can't spend the evenings there. I might rewatch Soul on Christmas Day maybe because I'm watching Wonder Woman with you guys on Sunday again. So I might watch Soul again on Christmas Day. I liked it so much. And, you know, it's my family tradition to watch a new movie on Christmas Day. We usually go to the theater. So this is kind of a way to kind of do that anyway. What are you guys watching on Christmas Day? Soul or Wonder Woman 1984? Let's take a quick poll. Yeah, Nathan, Wonder Woman 1984 is super sad. I cried a whole bunch watching that movie. What's everybody watching? I'm waiting for you guys to catch up to me. I got a lot of boths. You guys, both. That's craziness. Oh, I'm seeing a good mix. A lot of both. I guess one in the morning and one in the evening, right? Double feature, baby. Oh, hey, David Stevenson. Oh, I'm impressed. I'm glad Soul's getting a lot of attention. It's a great movie. It doesn't deserve to be eclipsed like it is being. It's very unfortunate. They're both excellent films. I mean, you really can't go wrong. But if you're doing a double feature, I hope you have a whole box of tissues. You're going to be sobbing all... Actually, I don't think I cried during Soul. Soul was more uplifting. I cried so much for Wonder Woman. It was ridiculous. All right, so let's see. What are the questions here? Joseph, yes, you can submit Soul tickets, pictures for the ticket montage. Because, you know, people were like, don't shut out Soul like that. So it's going to be a Christmas ticket montage, which will be both Wonder Woman and Soul pictures. You just have to have the menu upload screen or a frame from the movie, but don't have spoilers or I won't be able to include it in the ticket montage, just to prove that you watched it. Favorite Disney princess hairstyle, Chico? I guess because I have long hair, I kind of am partial to Princess Aurora. I love that movie. Sleeping Beauty. So that Scatterbrain says, what do you think of the new casting news for the Gray Man? I think it's fantastic. Ana de Armas just joined the cast. I think she's a great actress. I'm very excited for her. I found her character a little annoying in Knives Out, but I'm trying to move past that because I really liked her beforehand. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for that movie. I think Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans is like, oh, the internet's going to stand-em. Talk about stands. I think stand-em's going to explode. And the gifts that are going to come out of that, oh, it's going to be fantastic. Let's see here. Matt says, which is better, Grace, to get more Snyder Cut contact? Buying HBO Max when the Snyder Cut drops or buying HBO Max and watching Snyder Cut a bunch? watching Snyder Cut a bunch. They will pay attention to jump and I've gotten this question from a number of people. I think that, HBO Max, of course, will pay attention to the jump in subscribers when the Snyder Cut comes out. But I don't think that should detract you from watching the other exciting content that's going to become available first. So what I would advise you is to remember that they're also going to be paying attention to they can see your activity. Like, remember, they're always talking about how many active users they have on the site. So engagement will be very big for them. How many times you watch the Snyder Cut, how long you watch the Snyder Cut, do you watch the whole thing? Do you watch it right away? That's very important. And also, of course, social media. You got to tweet about that thing like crazy, man. That's very important to them. Given by Gabriel, you can't see me? That doesn't make any sense. Scottish Boy says, thank you. Thanks to Movie Math, it sparked an interest in finance, and I'm now studying financial services and loving it. Oh, that's a great story. That makes me so happy. That's fantastic. Oh, wow. That's a great career path. Roy says, what suggestions do you have for HBO Max to become competitive with Disney Plus? I think they need more content. I also think they need to have more of an identity. I think when you log on there, and they've been tweaking a lot the service lately, they're like, oh, look at this, it's all fancy. I actually liked it a little bit better beforehand. But I think that Disney, when you log into the Disney service, you feel like you're in the world of Disney. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I do. I'm like, oh, it's Disney. But I should feel when I log into HBO Max that I'm like on Warner Brothers. I should feel very much like I'm on that set. Hi, IDIC Warrior. I feel like, hey, Carlos Romero. I feel like that would really help. And they have said they're thinking of rebranding it with something with Warner in the name, and I think that would be very smart. Matt says, Grace, is Wonder Woman 1984 suitable for my kids, 4 and 2? I want to watch with my daughter. Yes, as I said in my review, it's very cartoonish in places, so I think little kids would particularly enjoy the film. Tabitha, we're not watching Elf on Sunday because I have a lot of stuff that I'm juggling, and I think people are busy during the holidays, so it was a little bit of a smaller audience for Die Hard. So instead of watching Elf, we're just going to do the Wonder Woman watch along on Sunday, next Sunday, the 27th. TJ Williams says, why was the Animaniacs reboot on Hulu and not on HBO Max? Because that was a deal that probably Steven Spielberg's company made, and so that's the problem when you have all these production companies. Old Hollywood you could sell it to anyone you wanted. You usually had a first look deal with someplace, but then you could make a deal with somebody else if the first look deal place said we don't want it. So that's kind of why like, for instance, The Right Stuff on Disney Plus is made by Warner Brothers, which I think is really funny. So that's kind of, but I think you're going to see less and less of that going forward, and everyone's going to circle their wagons and be putting their content more and more on their own distribution platforms. Ashley says, hey Grace, what's your favorite type of video to film? Movie Math, live streams, or trailer reactions? Oh, that's funny. I like the surprises that come out of trailer reactions, because I'm often surprised myself as to how I react. Like, I never saw that Loki trailer reaction coming. I was like, wow, I really love this. I love getting to know you guys better in the live streams, and I love that you guys love Movie Math so much because I love it too. I think the variety is important, and that makes my job more interesting, and I hope it makes it more interesting for you guys as well. I don't know about Warner Box. I think I can see a lot of bad, inappropriate jokes coming out of that. Let's see here. Mika, I did buy some comics this week, but not too many. I didn't buy a single Marvel comic this week, which I thought was weird. But they didn't really have anything come out. Let's see here. Wesley says, do I have any New Year's resolutions? To be better with my schedule. I got to be better, get to sleep more on time. That's definitely a resolution. Although I'm going to try and do it starting tomorrow because The Mandalorian season finale. So I got to try and get that done pretty fast. Dent says, thoughts on the last Airbender Netflix show? Dead or just waiting for drama to die down? I think it's probably dead. I think once you have the creators walk off your show in disgust, who's going to watch that? I think it's pretty bad. Like, why spend all that money on it? We'll see. I don't think that they'll ever be able to. And the fans, the creators have such a great relationship with the fans. And also, I got to tell you, I think it was a stupid idea anyway to retell the original story in live action. Everybody wants to see the characters from the original animated series grown up like we saw in the flashbacks of Korra. Nobody wants to see them tell this story yet again, because you can just go watch the original animated series. You don't need to watch a stupid live action version. Let's see here. Mandela Butterfly says, will Cap return in Falcon and the Snowman? That's a really funny thing to call it. I don't think Cap will. I think they have to give Chris Evans more of a break than that. I think he's not going to return on a Disney Plus show. He'll return in a movie. Good luck keeping that a secret. Everybody's leaking like crazy. I mean, I love it. I have a lot of leaks myself, but even I, as a scooper, feel there are too many leaks. A lot of people who, sources, and I get this information and I see other people getting this information. It's from people who are on the set as extras and other things, and they got to be really careful. I think it's like getting crazy. Conwar says, could Emma Stone play Spider-Gwen in Spider-Man 3? I don't know. I mean, I think people really want to see her come back with Andrew Garfield, although, of course, they're broken up in real life. I don't know if that would be as rewarding. I don't know if they have the time to do that. We'll see. They're all waiting on Tobey Maguire to sign. He's still holding out. He's the only one holding out. And it's holding up the movie, and it's affecting the script because they're filming right now. And it's annoying. I'll tell you more about it when Tobey Maguire's situation is settled, yes or no. And then I'll tell you all the tea. Let's see here. Yeah, he still has not signed. I can see some of you shocked. He's still holding out. He'll be hated by everyone for the rest of his life if he doesn't do it. So I don't know what he's doing. He is a gambler. He's playing chicken with Marvel. What could he want that they wouldn't give him? I'd be like, just give it to him. Get him on my set already. No, apparently he has not still signed. They're still doing this damn dance. Given by Gabriel says, should I watch The Flight Attendant? Yeah, I don't think you have to watch it right now because, you might want to focus on holiday stuff, but like between Christmas and New Year's, it's a great thing to watch. It's super bingeable. That's right, Dancing Dog 60. Toby and Lizzie McGuire can start a group together of idiocy. He and Hilary Duff can be like, what were we thinking? The What Were We Thinking Club. Jack, I'm making a video about the Disney Investor Day. I've filmed it. I just have to edit it. I got to get on that. I better get going. I have so much to do. All right, you guys. I loved talking to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I always have a fun time with you. I will see you next week for streams. There should at least be 1 or 2 streams next week. So hey, S-Beam, you just joined. S-Beam, do you have a question since you just joined? It's moving fast, but I'll give you, I don't hate to put you on the spot like that, but I'll give you a moment if you want to put a question in. Thanks, Ari. That's sweet of you to say. I love to put people on the spot like this. I feel so bad. I'm like, quick, ask me a question. You can just say hi, S-Beam, and then I'll feel satisfied. I might have scared S-Beam away, man. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. S-Beam, I'll catch you on the next stream. It'll be Monday, okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I had a wonderful time as always, and videos going up this evening. Okay, bye.